Hi readers, and welcome back to the reading room. The last time we were together, we were talking about problem. Do you remember what problem is? That's right, it's what goes wrong in our story. Today, we're going to be talking about solution. Solution is a thumbs up. Can you show me solution? Excellent job. And the solution is how the problem gets fixed or solved in our story. So let's go ahead and say that together. Mirror words. The solution is how the problem gets fixed or solved. Excellent job, readers. So we identified our problem in our story, Good as New, written by Barbara Douglas, illustrated by Patience Brewster, and published by Mulberry Books. We said the problem was KG ruins Grady's bear. He drags it on the ground, feeds it peanut butter, and sprays it with the hose. Grady is not happy, right? So that was our problem. That's what went wrong in our story. Today, as we're reading, we are going to be looking for the solution. And we're going to be seeing, how does that problem get fixed, right? What happens to Grady's bear that makes it better? And what happens to Grady's mood that makes it better? So go ahead, reading detectives, go ahead, put on your solution-solving hats, and I want you to listen as we read Good as New and look for our solution today. Are you ready? Okay, readers, let's go ahead and get started. Mom shook her head, and Dad did too. But Grandpa hung up his hat and he said,
"Never you mind now, Grandy. I can fix that bear so he'll be good as new in no time."
Then he brought a big brown paper bag outside and we sat down. But he opened up his pocket knife. I said, "Wait a minute, what's that for, Grandpa? Are you sure you can fix my bear?"
"Of course I can," he said to me. "Hold on here and pull so I can see to cut the stitches."
I held on and I pulled, but I didn't want to watch because Grandpa opened up my bear and then he started pulling out the stuffing. My bear's stomach went flat, the way mine feels when I'm hungry. His arms and legs wrinkled up too. So I said, "Grandpa, are you sure this is the right way to fix my bear?" Grandpa just kept on working. My bear's nose dropped and his head flopped, and I covered up my eyes and I said, "Grandpa, are you sure?" But he said,
"Never mind you now, Grandy. We'll have this bear as good as new in no time."
In the kitchen, we made a sink full of suds, and Grandpa scrubbed my bear. First he scrubbed the stomach, and then the arms and legs, and the neck and the nose, and he even scrubbed the ears. The water got all muddy, but my bear didn't get very clean. "Look," I said to Grandpa, "I can still see peanut butter." So I pulled the plug and we made more suds, and Grandpa scrubbed again. But this time, he scrubbed too hard. Both the ears fell off, and I said, "Grandpa, I'm not sure this is the right way to fix my bear."
"Never mind you now," Grandpa said. "He'll be good as new in no time."
Grandpa rinsed my bear and squeezed him hard. But when he shook him out, I told him, "Grandpa, a clean bear's not so good if it's all flat and wrinkled and it hasn't got any ears."
"Never mind you now," Grandpa said.
Then he hung my bear outside to dry, with one ear on each side, and he said,
"I have to go downtown to buy new stuffing. Anybody want to come along?"
I did. We rode the bus to the hobby shop. While Grandpa bought the stuffing, I saved his place in the popcorn line. By the time we got back home again, my bear and his ears were dry, but he was still all flat and broken. I said, "Grandpa, are you sure?" I guess you know what Grandpa said. So we sat down outside again, and Grandpa filled my bear with new fluffy stuffing. And he put 100 hunks of stuffing in the arms, and he put about 100 hunks of stuffing in the legs, and he put about 100 hunks of stuffing in the head, and in the nose, and in the neck. But the stomach still looked hungry, so Grandpa kept on stuffing. I brought him a needle and a thread and a thimble, and he sewed the back of my bear and said, "There." But I said, "Wait a minute, Grandpa. He isn't dirty anymore, and he isn't flat or wrinkled, but he still doesn't look so good without—"
"Without what? Is something missing?" my grandpa asked, wide-eyed. "Never you mind," he said. "I can fix that too." So he did, and then he said, "There now, how does that look?"
I turned my bear all around and carefully looked it over. "Grandpa," I said at last, "I thought you could fix anything, but this bear isn't good as new." There was a long silence, and Grandpa looked kind of sad. "It's better than new," I shouted, laughing, and I gave him my best bear hug. Now, whenever KC comes to visit, Grandpa and I grab our hats, and my bear, and slip out the back door, never minding. Okay, readers, now that we've finished our story, it's time for us to identify the solution. So let's review really quickly what happened in our story. I want you to take just a couple of seconds to review in your mind. Ready? Go ahead. Okay, I got it. Now that we've done that quick review, go ahead and tell me what happened in our story today that led to our solution. Go ahead, I'm listening. Uh-huh. Yeah? Ooh, yes, that was a good part. All right. Good job, readers. I can tell you were really listening and you were able to pick up on so many key things in our story. So now it's time to go ahead, review our problem, and see what our solution was. So I want you to work with me and get inside my brain. Are you ready? Boop, 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 boop. Okay, so let's review our problem. We said the problem is KG ruins Grady's bear. He drags it on the ground, feeds it peanut butter, and sprays it with the hose. Grady is not happy. So our solution should tell us what happens, right? How does that bear get fixed? And Grady's mood should turn around. So let's go ahead and look at our story. All right, so I'm looking at my book. Oh, right, Grandpa said he could fix it, and they took out all of this stuffing, and they cut off his ears, and they washed him. They hung him out to dry. Oh yeah, then they put more stuffing back inside of him. The bear was good as new. And then he took the bear and he went on walks. Okay, I'm gonna try. So now that I've gone through it myself, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna tell you what the solution is. Are you ready? The solution is, Grandpa said he'll fix the bear. So they go to the bear, they cut him open, they rip out all of the stuffing, and then they take a scrub brush and they scrub and they scrub and they scrub the bear and they cut. No, stop. You're telling me to stop. Why? Oh, because I'm doing a story retell instead of telling you what the solution is. Readers, sometimes when we're asked what the solution is, we go through every single detail in the story, and that's not what we want to do. So thank you for stopping me. I'm just looking for the solution. How was my problem fixed? So I want to take all of that information and just pull out the important part, right? Just pulling out what happened to the bear and what happened to Grady's attitude. Okay, can I try again? Send me some shine. Okay. The solution is, don't forget to start with that sentence starter. The solution is, Grandpa fixes the bear for Grady. Then, Grady and Grandpa go on walks when KG comes to visit. And that keeps the bear safe. How did I do? Excellent. Thanks, boys and girls, for those thumbs ups, claps, and shine. Yeah. Let's go ahead and post that. Boop. That was so much more to the point, really direct, and I was just telling you the solution, right? I wasn't doing this huge story retell. So now that we have both our problem and our solution, let's go ahead and do a double check and read them together. The problem is KG ruins Grady's bear. He drags it on the ground, feeds it peanut butter, and sprays it with the hose. Grady is not happy. The solution is Grandpa fixes the bear. Then Grady and Grandpa go for a walk when KG visits. So did we figure out what happened to the bear? Yeah, it got fixed. And KG, right, we know that he's feeling happy because his bear is fixed and is going on walks with Grandpa. Excellent job helping me find the problem and solution in our stories these past 2 weeks. Here's what I want you to do now. I want you to go to your book baggie, or maybe you're going on Get Epic, Res Kids, or a book you own, and I want you to look for the solution in your story. How does that problem get fixed? When you find it, go ahead and make sure you tell me what your solution is. Happy reading, boys and girls!